What's going on, guys? Cernunnos here, back with another Smite video, and we are taking a look at Smite patch 4.4 called Hunting Season, featuring the new god. It's a new Celtic god. He looks pretty badass, I'm not gonna lie. Very unique. We're gonna jump right into him first, of course. His name is Cernunnos. He is a hunter, the horn god. He is like the god of like nature and stuff like that, and fertility, I think they mentioned. Very interesting hunter in that he's like strictly driven towards like power pen. Um, and he like they were mentioning really crit just wouldn't work on him. So kind of a new thing with that, and he is completely viable in the jungle according to them, and that was intentional. So, and that's basically revolving around his passive, which we will get into first, called Heavy Glaive. He wields Heavy Glaive as a weapon. His basic attack deals additional damage to all enemies in melee range while he's throwing it. So essentially he has a little glaive, which here, I'll just zoom in on that and you can see. Looks like that. He throws that in his in hand, and every time he throws it, there's like a little AoE. It's like a little cone. You don't see it, but it's just there, and it deals extra damage to gods in that cone. Just up, I think it's 25% of your base power. No, you can't proc crits, can't proc item effects. It's just 25% extra power to enemies in that cone, so you can clear camps really, really well. His first ability is super, super unique. First, 0 cooldown in the entire game. Now, usually like Hell's Ultimate, where you switch back and forth, there's a little bit of a cooldown. Even though it's 0 seconds, there's like that 0.2 second global cooldown. His first ability is 0. You can literally hold it down and you're constantly switching in and out of it. It's called Shifter of Seasons. He switches into 4 different seasons: summer, winter, spring, and fall. And based on those seasons, you get different effects on your one. He also changes skin color in game, or fur color: green, yellow, like bluish, and like yellow. No, I said green. Yellow? Summer, winter, fall, spring. I don't know. What was the other color he turned into? Green, yellow, blue. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But basically, when you're in spring form, you get bonus lifesteal. Green, lifesteal. Makes sense. They're pretty common sense once you get the gist of them. I guess summer he'd be red. Summer heat, you get bonus damage. Heat damage, hand in hand. Autumn is a debuff for 5 seconds, and they didn't tell you what the debuff was. Oh, I think it's a protection debuff. It gets rid of their protections, some of them, and winter chill slows for 1 second. Makes sense. So basically, and you can level this your one up, and this scales differently. So you get more lifesteal, a bigger slow, the more you rank it up. So professional, what is his name again? Cernunnos? Cernunnos? I don't know. I'm going to say Chronos a bunch. I already know it. But professional players, they will be able to. You always want to, if you're going to start a fight, start in Autumn, which will be your yellow. Get one ability on them, just one basic attack. So that's going to reduce their protections for 5 seconds. And then you can switch into Heat, your summer stance if you want for bonus damage. Or, if you want to slow them down and get them away from you, you go to Winter. Or if you're low, you can go to Spring, get some lifesteal, farm up in lifesteal stance. Very, very basic. You can play literally in any stance. It's not going to hurt you. You're probably not going to want to stay in Autumn or Winter most of the time. You're going to want to be in these two for the majority of the time. But once you get him down, you'll be able to switch through stances. Not even stances, or just changes. It's instantaneous. You can hold it down and make him like a rave. Like he's at a rave. He's just constantly changing colors. His second ability is called a Bramble Blast. Really cool, unique ability. He fires a thorn in front of him that deals damage and roots a single enemy when it hits. When it hits an enemy, a wall, or reaches a max range, it explodes, dealing damage, spawning an area of thorns in that location. So basically think of Terra's Monolith when she breaks it. It's going to do the same effect. It's going to damage them and then deal periodic damage. Did it say it would also root them? I don't think it does. It slows the enemies that are inside of it. So I'm trying the best way. It's like an arachne web. You throw it out, kind of, and if it hits a god, it stops like that. Another thing you compare it to would be Opwash's 1. It's very similar to that in a sense. So yeah, kind of think of that when you think of this ability. It's like Opwash's 1 and Sylvanas' ultimate, with the way it looks and stuff. in one. Horn charge, literally the most basic thing in the world. He literally just charges forward with his horns, deals damage to the enemies in it. That's it. There's no knockups. He just goes through them. Just like there's nothing there, and he stops at walls. Walls and man-made walls, the only thing he can't go through. So he's got a good escape, and you're able to cancel the charge too. I remember that you can cancel it. So if you're fighting really close to someone like an arachne or something, you can dash through them real quick, like left click, right click, cancel it. Although if you're fighting an arachne, I don't know why you just wouldn't put on winner and backpedal, but that's beside the point. His ultimate is called the Wild Hunt. He selects a very wide area. After 1 second casting time, enemies in the area will be damaged and polymorphed into wild boars. While they're in boars, they are silenced and disarmed. All they can do is run. So this is like Izanami. Think of Izanami's ult. It's basically what it is. It's bigger though. It's much bigger than Izanami's ult. It's kind of the size of, honestly, Anhur's Pillar kind of reminds me. But it actually kind of looks like that too because it's like a sandy feel. So basically think of Anhur's Pillar, and after a second, boom, it explodes. Any enemies in it are polymorphed. And it does damage too. It's not like a high scaling, but they're 2 seconds they are polymorphed, which is actually a lot if you think about it. Not 2 seconds of not being able to do anything but move. They can beads out of it though. Keep that in mind. This is his recolor. Nothing too fancy there. Still cool. It's a cool looking god. It's got a World of Warcraft feel to it. Like the druid, Worgen druid type feel. Not really Worgen druid, but you know what I mean. Also with the polymorph being a mage thing in the boars. New god skins, the skins. Oh my god. Literally every single patch season 4 Smite has destroyed. And this is no different. They are killing the skins. Twisted Metal the Morgan. I heard it and I was like, okay, really cool. It's a cool skin, don't get me wrong. I don't think it's the best out of this patch, but it's a cool skin. The voice pack is, I think, is the best part. Kind of with the mini metal Jingwei feel. She's at a rave here. The little raven's got a glow stick. Listen to the voice pack.
This is my happy face.
Yeah, see?
This is my happy face.
And there is no... They don't give the damage stats for... Yeah, him. We're going to call him the Horn God. The Horn God doesn't have damage stats right now. But they were saying he's performing above average, if they had to say. There's been a lot of like super weak releases with Kazembo. Izanami sucked. Who else was released recently? I completely forget. But yeah, relatively weak Camazotz, and aside from Nike, so they kind of wanted to, if it's going to go on one side of the scale or the other, make it towards the stronger side. So this should be interesting. We saw a very unique hunter with Izanami, and now you have like your first jungle hunter. I mean, people can jungle with anybody. You've seen Chiron jungle, Uller jungle, but like they made him to be able to like viably jungle. So that'll be interesting to see. Like a no crit hunter. This one, best skin and Smite takes the cake. I always stood by Ragnatoska Ratatasker. That was always my favorite skin. I loved it, the voice pack and everything. The rat skin was the best skin and best voice pack. This takes the cake. Dreadful Doll Izanami. I'm going to Izanami main from now on. I'm not playing anybody else just because the skin is freaking amazing. I love horror. Anything scary or creepy is my passion and absolutely love it. There's only one thing that kind of creeps me out. And that is freaking dolls, man. Like, not like Chucky, but like porcelain dolls. Like old Chinese porcelain dolls always creep me out. It's right here. And the voice pack is the best part. We'll take a look at the skin. It's amazing. Phenomenal. She comes with a custom dance emote too, where she's a little marionette, and it's amazing. And the voice pack is the best part. But you're only going to hear one voice.
I'm going to make you my favorite toy.
Oh my god, dude. It's so good. And she just randomly like moans and says stupid things. Well, not stupid things, terrifying things throughout the match, which is going to be bad for like SPL and stuff, because I don't think they'll be able to use that skin. Kind of like Thanatos' Halloween skin, where he just randomly laughs throughout the map. So we'll have to see with that.
I'm going to make you my favorite toy.
And there's a little echo after every line, but oh my gosh. I literally bought Izanami's voice pack today in preparation for this skin. I cannot wait. She already has one cool skin with Plague Bearer. Oh my god, dude. It's such a good skin. It's my favorite. And then just to top it off, my first ever diamond. My man Low-Key. Yes, I'm a scumbag. gets a leprechaun skin, and it's the best thing. It's so good. It's so corny. He has a little, what are these called? Oh, I forget. Shillelagh? Isn't that what they're called? Little shillelagh as his weapons, and they have little club sound effects, and it's great. And I'm pretty sure he has like a pot of gold emote too. So that's awesome. I know a lot of people are cringing at that, but yeah, I did Diamond Loki. I no lifed it when I first got Smite. Kronos gets his Energy 2017 skin. Not all of them, but most of the voice packs, the voice lines, and the VGS and stuff, Energy actually came up with and helped design themselves with Tina, and all of his abilities proc like a Energy logo. So pretty cool there. They got to choose, since they won the championship, they got to choose the god that they got, and they helped with the voice lines too. So they chose Kronos, so that is their skin for winning the championship. Breezy Chibi Cool Khan. We'll check the voice back here.
What do you mean, auto attack penalty? Wait, you're kidding, right?
Yeah, well, you have that now because that got removed, Mr. Kronos. But Breezy Chibi Cool Khan. Whoa. Okay. Touche. Alright, well that doesn't work, and that just takes you to a new page. So, we'll take a look at what it looked. Alright, Smite, GG. This? That's Morgan's Masteries, but okay. Well, we're not going to look at that, but I mean, you pretty much see it all. Pro League Bologna. There's no voice pack to it. And okay, yeah, she's just in some toms and shorts. I feel like Bologna has like the most skins, and they're all this. They're all just like moderation of shorts and t-shirt. I don't know, maybe that's just me. And Kuzembo gets his Masteries. Kuzembo's diamond looks badass. They incorporated, and they're trying to do that now with like the beastly characters like Fenrir or Kuzenbo or Camazotz, stuff like that. And you've seen it with Camazotz too. They're trying to incorporate like their actual skin with the diamond and like kind of morph them, and it just looks so cool. The diamond skins look so amazing now compared to what they used to. I just need Hell's updated. Hell's Masteries are the worst. They're so bad. I don't know what they were thinking when they initially released those, and hers needs updated next. Now we are jumping into, we got the clap wave, and Sidla gets a dance. She dances like her victory screen for Daisy Despair. She gets a dance emote like that. New avatars, top 5 plays, and Thanatos. Oh, I want that so bad. Oh my gosh, I need that. New global emote. Smite 2017 birthday global emote. Alright. New recalls. Shower of Gold. That's what it was. It was a recall effect for St. Patty's Day. Pot of Gold award. Some issues here. You can read them if you want. Now we got to item changes. Bancroft's Talon gets a 5% lifesteal on both its passive and base lifesteal. Book of the Dead gets a 200 gold reduced cost and an extra 5% on its lifesteal. Fatalis gets decreased in attack speed by 5%. These are, we'll just go to Haste and Fatalis. Haste and Fatalis gets an increase in gold by 150. Flickering Ritual increased its cost from 750 to 100. All the other rituals got nerfed in some sort of way, but with Flickering Ritual, there's nothing they could do to it. It's a combat blank. You can't, like, change the distance. There's nothing you can do, so they just bumped up the cost to kind of make it a little less effective and just kind of let's rush the win here. Heartseeker gets a 300 gold increase. Thank God, this item's so good. I mean, I love the item because I play like Wheelix and Rat, stuff like that, but my lord, this item was way too good. So I guess on level with Jotun's Wrath is like precisely what it needed to be. Soulstone just updates the description, and that was all the items. Now we're on to God Changes. Apollo getting nerfed here. Base damage on a So Beautiful goes down by 10 each time, and it reduces his Serenade protections he gets. Used to be 10 to 50, is now 10 to 30. Kazembo getting buffs. Nene Kappa increases the damage that the Kappa actually does when he spawns. It used to be 25 to 65, is now 35 to 75, so a 10 increase each time. Shell Spikes increase the cooldown reduction on Nene Kappa per hit. Used to scale from 0.2 to 0.6, is now 0.5 to 1.3. So its max last time is almost on par with its least amount this time. So big buff to Shell Spikes there, and now you can use it when you're knocked up, which you weren't able to before. Well, you should be able to, but it was an issue that you couldn't. So some good buffs to Kazembo there. Naja, just an update on its effect. When you get knocked up in the air, there's 1 hit, 2 hit, 3 hit, and then you hit the ground. that's what it says, but what really happens is there's 1 hit, 2 hit, 3 hit. She hits you when you hit the ground, and then you take damage from the ground. So there's 5 hits in her ultimate, his ultimate, actually, and they just kind of fixed that, what it says. Okay, this is kind of, I'm just going to sum this up. These gods right here, before, like, if you got Odin ringed, the description is reduces healing by 100%. But if someone were to have Rod of Asclepius, they'd think it'd be like 110%, 120%, I don't know, more healing total. So it was reducing it by 100%, but because of Rod of Asclepius, you had that extra 10%. So they were still able to heal. Odin's rings eliminated it completely, but when Osiris did his Lord of the Afterlife, or Serket would use Last Breath, if they had Rod of Asclepius near him or whatever, or they had it themselves, they'd still be able to heal for a little bit. Now it changed it to it says all healing. So no matter what, if you have Rod of Asclepius, nothing. If you get hit with these 3 abilities, 0 healing done. You cannot heal at all, which is what it was supposed to be, but it wasn't doing that. Odin's always did, so Osiris and Serket never did. So it's an I don't want to say unintentional, but it's a little buff to Osiris and Serket. It shouldn't have been like that, but it was, so they got buffed unintentionally. Ra fixed the description not stating this provided protections on a solar blessing. Sylvanas Verdant Growth has a increased cooldown. Used to be just 12 seconds, is now 16 to 12. Shibalanke, his branching bolas reduced the mana cost. Used to be 6 to 14, is now 3 to 15. So you pair that with a Death Toll and you're set. You can have that on constantly. So that's really nice for him. Rising Jaguar also gets physical power scaling and increased bonus damage on poison targets. So you use poison and then use Rising Jaguar. The scaling on the ability itself is up by 10%, and if they're poisoned, it's up by 10%. Zeus, Aegis Assault, decreased initial hit damage, scaled from 80 to 260, is now 60 to 240. Now, the moment that I've been waiting for, it's here. My man Zongque is getting some love, and he's getting a lot of love because this dude's getting buffed a lot. It's like, this is ridiculous, and I love it. Expose Evil, increase the remaining damage dealt. Used to be 40%, is now 75% when Exposed Evil is removed by Exorcism or by the demons. So basically, if you don't know how Zongque works, which most people probably don't because no one plays him, that's sarcasm, you cast out your Expose Evil, and it would do tick damage, and ideally you would wait until it ticks all the way down, and then use your 2 or your 3 if you wanted to stun them, to get lifesteal back or stun them for longer, whatever the case may be. But if you just want to get that heal off quick, or do damage quick, whatever, you would cast your 1 and then your 2 right after. So you wouldn't be getting the tick damage from your 1, but what it would do, it would take 40% of the remaining damage and deal it as damage. Now it increased it by 35%. So if you want to cast your 1 and your 2 really quick, you're not going to get as much of a penalty. It's still going to do 75% of the remaining damage. Now, Exorcism reduces the time it takes for the demons created to reach Zongque and heal him. So you're going to be able to heal off of Exorcism quicker. You're going to do more damage with your Exorcism or Book of Demons when you cast your Exposed Evil. And Book of Demons now updated tooltip removes... tooltip to make it clear when Book of Demons removes Exposed Evil, it deals 75%. Okay, so it's just saying that's what it does. And now Recall Demons increases the travel speed of the demons released by Recall Demons. Apparently, it's a nice buff to the speed, so you're going to be getting hit with Zongque's ultimate a lot more often. It's going to come out faster, still going to hit hard. Exorcism is now going to heal him quicker, and Expose Evil is not going to have as much of a penalty when you remove it. So Zongque gets huge buffs to literally every single one of his abilities. Can't wait. I love him. He's just a fun god to play. I really like this patch. Skins are phenomenal. The new god looks fun. The god fixes are appropriate. The item fixes are much needed with Heartseeker and Fatalis and Flickering Ritual. So Smite Season 4, they're hitting it right on the head, in my opinion. Especially with the skins, I think they're phenomenal. That is going to wrap it up, guys. If you enjoyed it, be sure to subscribe for more content like this. I do patch notes every other week, every other week. Yeah, every 2 weeks, patch notes come out on Wednesday. Social media links are in the description, which you can follow me on those. And I will link the patch notes in the description so you can actually read them yourself if you want to get a little more in depth. That is going to wrap it up, guys. Thank you for the support, and I'll see you again soon.